After that huge result in Queensland, it is time to round out round 3 here on Fox Netball with two teams who have had very different starts to season 2024. The Giants 0-2, the Vixens 2-0, and the favourites coming into this one. A good crowd here nevertheless. Now, I'm still getting used to the no Parmenter, no Brandley. It's been so many years of that combination, and obviously Julie Fitzgerald is the master at changing as we kick things off through Walters, and already hands-on ball for JLP and a turnover. So a great start for the Giants.
And great transition. They just got the ball down there quickly and just needed to get Vixens on the back foot.
10 goals in arrears after the first quarter last week. And that will be ringing in the ears of the Giants, needing to make the most of this opening few minutes. And Dwyer does from range 2, and there's the Harvey Norman replay. Pressure on, and that was our key matchup. Jamie Lee Price and Kate Maloney will be stuck together like glue.
Yeah, and a great confidence booster as they just threw that one away. A great confidence booster for Jamie Lee Price to get this game started on a good foot.
A bit of contact between Dwyer and Weston. Garvin over the line, good pressure from McDonald, and they have the chance to make up for that earlier errant ball, but the next one goes out of play.
And that's unfortunate for the Giants because they don't often get ball. Let's take a look at this outlet pass. Walters right under the body. Yeah, but you've got to take those too. Those are the ones that you need to stand up and take, and the placement of the pass just wasn't right.
Winders, Dwyer roaming, and then beautifully read from Mannix, but the ball had plenty of loop, allowed her time to get there.
Yeah, that long cross-court ball we talk about it time and time again, you just can't do those ones. Mannix had all the time in the world, read it like a book.
Dylan Nexip is, when I say running the sidelines, I mean sitting comfortably on the other side of the court. How are you seeing the opening minutes of this one, Dill?
Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of minutes. A few errors from both teams and maybe a little bit of nerves, some uncharacteristic stuff. So hopefully as they start to settle into this game, we'll see some of their structure come to the fold here.
Yeah, it's so early in the season, but already the pressure right on the Giants, anchored to the bottom of the table.
And I think the pressure on them is that they're not playing well as a team. It's not just some individuals, they're just not connecting as a team at the moment. So how you fix that, sometimes a little hard. It's about, you know, building that vibe and making sure you have the confidence to be able to nail those moments just like that. That pass normally is nailed. So the connection, you can see Joey Harden trying to have those conversations mid-game.
It's almost a barometer of the Giants of how up and about Jo Harton is how up and about the team is, and she's been reasonably quiet in the opening couple of weeks.
Yeah, she has, and I think she's also trying to play her role back in shooter, you know, coming off the back of a season with injuries, really concentrating on herself. You also have players that have got those leadership skills, a Jamie Lee Price. Sophie Dwyer's been around for a little bit now. She knows what to do. It's about those players standing up too.
Nice 1-2 with Price as Harton drives, and she's immediately talking to her attacking partner in Dwyer. Encouragement. Obviously, she takes on the captaincy role as well as the shooter's bib.
We haven't seen much of that from Jodie Ann Ward this season, so if she can keep having a crack at those, we know that the Giants, they aren't heavily penalised, but I also think that they're not in the game at the moment to be heavily penalised. But moments like those, they're a good one to go and have a crack at. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Came through, yes, it was late, but the next time Austin goes there, she'll be second-guessing whether or not there's a player on her.
Short, sharp passing down the middle channel. Austin from range.
Contact goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, contact. Goalkeeper step up to the goal shooter.
Vixens, 2 clear, nearly 5 gone already, and Price, she got her hands on one early, and this one she reels in.
And the Giants just need to now take a breath, have lots of options. Look at this replay. Just knew that it was going there, and it was the pressure from all the players around them just to make that pass be the only option.
Taken. Obstruction.
Dwyer cleans up with the rebound, and the Giants go within 1.
Oh, good defence from the Vixens. Just getting a hand in there, but you could see the offline defence that they had in the circle just to confuse the space.
Walters in the pocket on 2, and Garvin eases back. And this time it's her turn to leave one short. We're back at 2. It's reasonably physical and scrappy in the opening exchanges.
We've seen Garvin come out of the circle a little bit already in this quarter. Austin sitting back, so that positional switch, something that the defenders might need to have a look at from the Giants.
Mannix and Weston, as they've done for so many years, working so well together. Plenty of hands on balls as Price this time tries to thread the needle.
Look at this setup from the Vixens. All 4 of them just sitting in space to try and confuse it. Somehow got there for the Giants.
First time I've seen Sam Winders live, and she gets through a mountain of work. She does not stop running.
Yeah, so far she's got a hand to a couple of balls, but she's just really riding Zara Walters. She may not see, I guess, the rewards right now, but later on in the game, especially Walters being a young one, mentally trying to stay in the game for 60 minutes is tough. And we saw last week she did fade coming into that last quarter. She'll learn from that too.
And the Giants just need to be in the game as Ward spills one and Walters cleans up. And when that time comes, if they reap the benefit from the defensive pressure, they need to be in touch.
And again, just no risk from the Vixens. When they get a turnover, they're just taking it to the post, nice and easy. 2 options to the ball. Oh, unlucky from Walters.
The Giants really grafting out their goals at the moment. Looks a little easier through the centre of the court for the Vixens. 8-5 as we inch up towards the power 5. So 2 goals in it, but the Vixens with plenty of running gets the benefit of the whistle as well. And contact ball and Maloney to play it quickly. It's called back. Lady Ann Ward just all over Sophie Garvin.
Yeah.
Whistle allows them one, back to 3s.
Just a simple one to continue to stay in play, come off the body on that one, arms down.
Transverse line and long again to Price. They're dangerous balls, and I don't know, you wouldn't want to answer to Julie Fitz at quarter time when you're throwing balls like that, especially when a couple have already been plucked out of the sky.
Yeah, they certainly need to just shorten it up in this Giants front end. Almost work together.
Another one.
Yeah, just work together. Both Pittman and Price even coming together and then coming, separating and then going again. It's that repeat effort sort of work instead of going wide. You have a look at the Vixens here. You can see one goes, the next one passes and goes. Oh! Jodie Ann Ward.
Just as we're talking about how good they're going, Jodie Ann Ward steps in, wins it back, and there is the Power 5 beginning, and it's high and easy pickings again for Mannix into Weston's arms, and the frustration on Jo Harten's face. She is under all sorts of pressure from those two.
Yes.
Every bit of good work done down this end of the court by the Giants is undone at the other end as Austin puts them, well, was going to put them 4 clear. Will probably do so. Let's have a look at the Nissan net points, and unsurprisingly, Em Mannix, she's got her hands on a few, and Zara Walters is playing away into this one as well. Jamie Lee Price has been the best, I think we can agree, of the Giants as we listen in to the HCF tactical timeout.
When we get really stuck and fall down there, we think, am I doing enough movement to get them off me? Am I just standing and hoping it comes, or am I moving to get them off my body? All right, and that might have to come well before, all right? But I think we might be a little bit static down there, allowing them to set up that really good one-on-one on us, okay?
Just some of the passes that have gone in, they're like at that deflection height. So can we fake that? And then it's still going to be hard, but fake it and then punch at like that kind of height there. Is that all right?
That's probably the first second.
Yeah.
No, let's remember. Do it right down
One
there.
swing,
Come up
then
that body
reset,
a little bit
wiggle
so you
swing
can
to
put
the
your
other
okay?
And don't forget it's 2-point time now, so it might be a fake back to the 1 to open up Soph on the 2. Just see where she's at. Let's go with this.
We're doing all right out here now. We just need to adjust ourselves a little bit to get them off that body and attached, okay?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Crucial 4 minutes coming up for the Giants, and they know it as well. The pressure just unrelenting in the early parts of this season. And you want to have to go to super shots in quarter 1 and be in that position, because things can start to balloon out as we've seen before.
And interestingly, in that huddle, you could hear Jo Harten talking about the placement of the ball, and naturally where the wingspan is, don't place the ball that height, fake it and then place it over the top.
First super shot coming, and Austin is unsuccessful, but her shooting partner cleans up, and it goes out to 5 for the first time. And important possession now for the home team as and Mannix picks up her second intercept to go with 4 deflections, and instead it's the Vixens streaming down court.
And it's essentially the same spot, Will, right on that 45. The Giants have to come up with something a little bit different as opposed to passing that ball.
Within range, Austin adds another one. And with the centre as well.
Look, there's a Harvey Norman replay on that 45. Again,
That is the same exact replay that we saw before.
yeah.
Austin from range this time for 2. And it drops. And as the super shots do, it's gone out to 8. Using about 2.5 seconds there, Dwyer, as this the defensive space for the Vixens is just outstanding.
And the Vixens are just doing a great job of just slightly staying off the body, making it look like it's there and then having a crack at things. The Giants just look like they're very, I guess they're just wanting to hold on to the ball, and they're
just
not quite
second-guessing
sure.
a little bit. Oh, as Dwyer
That doesn't help.
follows in with to get the rebound, but takes herself out of court whilst doing so. And when things are not going your way, they just aren't. 14-6. Very quiet in terms of scoring this quarter for the Giants. And that is just as much to do with the defence from the Vixens as it is to do with the hesitancy in attack from the home team. Eddie.
Contact with centre. Centre, you're out of play. You can't speak. Offside defence. In the goal circle, Vixens.
Winders again just trying to get a hand in on that pocket. Just almost needs to just get herself there a little bit earlier to try and get those two hands on the ball. Disrupt it.
Dylan, 1:30 to go, and it's 15-6. What are you seeing over there? What do the Giants have to do?
It's incredible to think that we have 1 minute left in this quarter and the Giants have only scored 6. Emily Mannix is absolutely on fire, and I think for any young defender watching at home, her footwork is incredible. Jo Harden's doing a lot of work to try to get back on her body, but she's doing an incredible job of getting around and confusing that space, but then contesting really hard. Important here for the Giants to get this score on the board.
Yeah, it is. Suddenly, all of a sudden, it's just been like that for 2 games already, but every possession's crucial for the Giants, and another looping cross-court, 45 degrees to Pittman.
And Mannix's eyes
Just
lighting up.
Just tempting fate. What's the call there? And the boos ring around, and Jo Harden doesn't like it either, but possession goes to Mannix.
Yeah, it looked like it did come off Mannix's hand, but the Giants just have to get on with it quickly. Here, take a look at the replay. Yeah, off Mannix's hand. Harden wanting to take the throw in pretty quickly.
This time it's McDonald who goes up, but not quite. And instead, it'll be another super shot from Austin, and this one looked good out of the hand, but didn't land. Ward, 13 seconds on the clock. Need a score, just need some momentum. And instead, another turnover. This time it's Austin. And it is all the Vixens. 10 goals last week, 10 goals this week. Vixens 16, the Giants 6, and some big questions to be answered by Julie Fitzgerald in this quarter-time break. The Vixens probably a step above the Firebirds at this point in the season in terms of what they can bring and the consistency that they deliver.
Yeah, well, and it's also, as you said, the Vixens are really standing up. And Mannix, my goodness, she has been good. She's had 5 games to her name in a quarter.
59.5 Nissan net points in a quarter. That's got to be up there with world record.
And it's a goalkeeper's dream to sit there and just watch these long balls getting placed. And it's the work out the front, obviously, from the Vixens that are pushing the Giants there. But yeah, certainly need to do some work. We see Winders go into that wing attack position, which I think will inject a little bit of spark, also shorten it up. And then we see Sligo come into wing defence. So a couple of changes, which is great from Julie Fitzgerald because you can't just sit on it for too long.
Yeah, I guess some people were thinking that maybe Julie picks and sticks a little bit too much. Last week we didn't see no Erin O'Brien, we didn't see Matisse Leatherbarrow at all.
Yeah.
We obviously haven't seen him again this week yet, but the changes, or at least one change coming as the Vixens kick things off. The captain, Maloney, goes wide, and this time it's Jodie-Ann Ward who gets the long looping ball.
Now, can they get it down and score off it? At the moment, the Giants are sitting on 46.2% on game percentage as an average for the season. Not good enough. Here's this Harvey Norman replay. Jodie-Ann Ward sitting off the body, offline defence, through with 2 hands.
Oh, there you go. Not on it again, and it's Ward on the ground, and this time the Vixens get a second chance, and you can't give the Vixens a second chance. Garvin draws it out to 11, and when you make a play like that, you must honour it, otherwise the wind just goes out of your sails.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt as well on that centre pass. Ideally, what they want is 2 short leads to the person that gets the intercept, and just work it down, keep you calm. I think at the moment they're just playing into the Vixen speed of the game.
Dylan next up goes where winners go, and he's in the Vixens huddle. Avoided the Giants huddle completely. Dylan, what was Simone McInnes saying, or what was the message?
As you could imagine, Simone McInnes was pretty happy with that first quarter. Lots of positive chat. She was really impressed with the discipline that they showed early on. Gave Mannix lots of praise for her footwork and really encouraged her for that to continue. Di Honey was talking to the attackers and really wanted some clarity of who's taking centre pass and who's working for second phase. So see if they can have one over the line and one getting some depth there.
How did you take that many notes in one quarter? One quarter break.
It's a skill.
Absolute demon on the shorthand next to Walters. Waits for the space to open up, and it does to Austin. Back and forth, and from outside range leaves it short. And McDonald picks up.
Great rebound from Matilda McDonald. Coming into this game, the Giants didn't have a defensive rebound to their name. They've had 2 today already. So some positive signs, you might say.
Looking for the thin silver lining.
Yep.
As the ball nearly goes out of play, Harton manages to get it in straight back to Mannix, who pads the stats.
Contact goal attack.
So exactly the kind of start that Simone McInnes would want. Now she can manage exactly what she wants to do in terms of her stars who are coming back from injury. Weston, Mundy. Weston still out there. Down to Garvin, and there's just room. Even if the pass is errant, there's another Vixen there.
And that was a beautiful vision of what is happening for the Giants and what's actually happening for the Vixens. We had Maloney over in a pocket, wanting to swing wide. She chose not to. She went back to the line. Safer option. Smart. Great leadership from Maloney there.
She has been flourishing since her sparring partner of a decade, Liz Watson, moved up to the Sunshine Coast. Look at that, goals from turnovers. 6 and dot. As Eddie gets a hand on one and puts the foot on the line.
Yes,
It's close there, Kate Eddie.
The Giants are currently sitting at 15 general play turnovers for the game, and that's in just under 20 minutes of netball. You can see that frustration starting to creep in on all of their faces, so they really need to sort out those phases in their attack line.
And a big round of applause coming from the faithful at Ken Rosewall as we see the Harvey Norman replay and Kate Eddie taking a trip into the second row of the stands. And finally on the board in the second quarter, 4 minutes in just about. Goals hard to come by as Ward flies, but Garvin flies higher. And the gap back out to 13. What were you saying there? Vixens by 3? I said it was going to be more.
Hey, there's always super shots. It brings it back
Another
in.
one. Mannix, the beneficiary of a collision in midair, and just can't get the ball into the circle, the Giants, at all.
What I would be thinking about is maybe either doing a positional switch of Dwyer and Harden or bringing Matisse Leatherbarrow onto the court. I think at the moment you can see it's very stagnant down there, so they have to have someone punching. Maybe a Dwyer back punching out. Maybe a Matisse Leatherbarrow just there, creating something a little bit different with the timing.
Well, at the moment, Harton's on minus 15.5 this in net points. 4 goals from 4 attempts. Dwyer, 3 from 5, minus 8 this in net points. 1 assist. It's slim pickings down one end, but we are down the other end right now where things are going a lot better. Austin. McDonald called out, and Garvin long, and there you go. Austin flicks it in.
Yeah, and it's the backup. Just looks like when a team has got their tail up like that, all of those little balls, the throw-ins, the little flick backs, they're always going to go back. You can see Vixens are now starting to play a little bit. They're playing that zone sort of defense because they can. They've done the hard work on one-on-one, create some mayhem now in this box.
Just lacking the good option. Harton goes back to the transverse line, and then enough passes. Eventually, something goes wrong. And the Vixens continue on their merry way. Austin, high and wide, Maloney. Ward's picking up a fair bit of whistle. It's all looking too easy. 23-7 now. And 22-ish minutes of netball for 7 goals for the Giants. The crowd is silent here in Ken Rosewall.
It is very quiet. Oh, and that's
Starting to cheer, though, from McDonald.
yeah. And it's those ones that you're just going to have to go and have a crack at, and that's exactly what Tilly did. But it's just easy to be able to get that ball in. From the moment that Maloney stepped up to that line, she knew exactly where that ball was going and was all set up, ready to go.
Yeah, the Giants coming up against a settled team with a great system that allows players who come into that system to shine immediately. And the Harvey Norman replay, Donald had a crack, and if anyone's going to, it's going to be her. And again, Austin just reads it from Ward at such close distance, and another turnover. And opposite me, Nexip shaking his head at that. Looking at it from a player's perspective, no doubt, and not liking what he's seeing.
I would love and I think this is a well-timed tactical timeout. The Vixens just need to, the Giants need to open their vision and just look what's ahead and back themselves out there.
We're going to see some changes, I think, from the Giants. And you see Erin O'Brien in goalkeeper. Anyway, let's listen in.
Pretty good job of getting ball, put it down to you, right? Telly, come off, give Erin a go, right? Jones, when you get the ball, open your eyes up, have really nice vision of the court so that you can see everyone around you, okay? Don't just focus on the person nearest to you, look what's further down the court, all right?
Clear the benches, says Julie Fitzgerald. And at one end, Erin O'Brien is on at goalkeeper. At the other end, Matisse Lillebarrow has the shooter's bib on. And we get underway again, and why not? It is 9-1 in this quarter for the Vixens. One goal at the midway point of the quarter for the Giants.
And Will, something I don't think I've ever seen before, we've got Sophie Dwyer with the wing attack bib on. So
yes,
something completely different here for the Giants attack line.
Well, and what that would do is just bring a little bit of height, especially if they are going to go long and into pockets. If that's their only option, Soph will give them that little bit of height there too. There we go, have a look at, oh, missed it. Oh. And Giants fans are cheering because they want to see Matisse Leatherbarrow 2 games ago.
Yeah, it hasn't played a part yet. And then the call comes too, and suddenly the crowd wake up. And they're appreciating the measures that have been put in place. Price. Long and well weighted. And Lillebarrow has a chance to go back-to-back and takes it. Well, they've just tripled their score in 40 seconds from this quarter.
Oh, it's depressing. Let's look at that last 10 goals.
Oh.
Only 3 of them to the Giants. And another one there.
Okay, now it's time for the Vixens to take an HCF tactical timeout and go, what do we do about this? This is a little different. We see the Harvey Norman replay, and suddenly Leatherbarrow stepping out, off balance, manages to pop it in, and we're going to listen into, I think, Simone McInnes for the first time.
Slow that down out the front so we're not getting that. We do put that work on our centre passes. We work on positional switches as well. Positional switches.
A little bit more, get their hands into it. Joe loves to be able to do it. Standing there, there's 3, so I think we should either do a double or a wall to actually stop it from going first.
Don't get caught on the bottom.
Just keep it in the hand.
Just keep, don't get caught on the bottom.
You go so, yeah. Let's go. They haven't turned the ball over yet. So let's just
Calm words there from Sophie Garvin, actually having a say in the huddle. Just getting close to the power five. It's just the crowd. Don't worry about it. Looks like they've just noticed the crowd's here.
Yeah, well, they just have arrived with Matisse Leatherborough. I think the great thing about Sophie Garvin's talk then was just that you just have to keep chipping away, remembering they're still not getting hand on ball. So keep going to post. We just got to get it down our end.
Okay, 6 minutes to go in the opening half of the last game of round 3. And what a round it has been here on Fox Netball. The ball goes loose and Walters manages to reel it in. Contact call on O'Brien.
Oh, much better defence from the Giants, just trying to create something in that space. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Just miscommunication, but Walters gets to the ball first.
Another Mannix! 3 in a row. Sorry to interrupt. That's the same ball and the same result.
She's having a cracker.
But just the timing to be able to do that has to be pinpoint, and her takeoff is incredible. So that's absolute full credit to Emily Mannix.
And I think it's now for Matisse having to figure out what she can do. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Yep. Again, it's the long ball going into that pocket. Too easy, but Matisse now has to start moving a little bit more, trying to create something outside the circle. Keep Mannix busy, away from the 45s preferably.
And the other interesting part to it is that Joe Harden and Sophie Dwyer haven't played on a transverse line together before. So they're working out who's trying to coordinate second phase and where that's going. So that's going to take a little bit of time for them too.
And they're shooters.
Net points. Look at the net points. Mannix, 86, if you don't mind. We're not at half time yet. So she's on track for 172, if my bottom level math serves me correctly.
Fantastic work.
Leatherborough with the hands on the ball, and the Giants 19 in arrears at super shot time, and just inside super shot space, and Leatherborough adds another couple to her tally. Every one crucial.
And too easy for the Vixens. That was almost 2 passes and under the post.
Giants!
3:50 on the clock. Sliger, Harton finds a flying Price, who dishes off high up on that one. And 2 swishes from 2. Suncorp super shot for Leatherborough, who has been sitting patiently on the sidelines since the start of the season and is making the moment hers, at least in terms of those in the orange dresses. Maloney goes back, waits, and they've just got so much experience, the Vixens, to be able to stay calm through periods of momentum or small swings and just fight them out.
Well, you could see the Giants there were sitting in that box trying to create some sort of pressure, but the Vixens just did little 1-2s just down the sideline, nice and easy. Again, risk averse in everything that they're doing.
Whereas it's already time for the Giants to throw caution to the wind, which will either result in a comeback or a heavy loss.
Well, now they need to start taking risks, the Giants, because they need to get themselves back into the game. So bringing Matisse on has certainly helped that, and we've seen that time and time again from Matisse Leatherborough. Last year, she did it a couple of times, really got Giants out of some tough positions. Yeah, that's it. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Ball.
3 attempts and short again 3 times from Garvin, and high it goes, and that's a risky one to Ward. Dwyer further out than we've seen her for a while. Harton 1-2 just over the fingertips of Maloney, and well,
outside the circle.
speak about taking risks, there was about 6 of them during that passage, and we've arrived at Harton having a chance, and she leaves it short. Argument about who that came off, and Mannix gets the goods. And the crowd are here, even if they're here to voice their displeasure as Weston fumbles, but the contact call coming from Dwyer. Everyone takes a breath as the
Keep going
mop
up,
comes
keep
out,
going up, keep
and
going up.
just a little falcon.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Wasn't expecting it.
Yep.
This side of the attack.
She looked straight to the bench and said, I'm okay. So after
Happens to the
being
best of
out
us.
for a few weeks, certainly, you know, have a little cotton wool wrapped around Joe Weston, that's for sure.
At 16 goals, I mean, there's been a little comeback. Maybe we don't see Weston for much of the second half. We'll see how Simone McInnes sees it as the hand goes on from Dwyer, but it's gone too far. Just about 1 minute on the clock. Giants want to finish this with just about as much momentum as they can muster. And that will help, will it? Nice little screen from Harton, lets it roll to Leatherbarrow, and the Giants stream down court. Price, Harton.
Offside with defense. Offside. It's the offside, just angle right in front of me, Joe. Where you are, yes.
I think, you know, 5 or 6 minutes ago, if it was 14 at the end, no, it may still be 16, but if it was 14 at the end, the gap, they wouldn't be that upset, the Giants. High again on the arc, and Leatherbarrow this time short.
Contact goal attack.
Harvey Norman replay as the screen come from Harton. She's a wily veteran of Super Netball, and another bit of chin music for Joe Weston. Doesn't seem to mind though as Ward flies, can't reel it in, and instead Garvin will send it out to 17. From 10 to 17 with a 14-8 quarter, sorry, 15-8 quarter. The Vixens over the Giants. The crowd have not moved. They believe, and so do we, that they can come back because this is a team packed full of stars. And Hyan Mannix gets another one. And the call goes the way of Mannix as well. A wry smile from Jamie Lee Price, and that is exactly what they didn't want. Harvey Norman replay, and Mannix gets her hands on another one and goes to 99 Nissan net points as the turnover comes. And we are very lucky to be joined by the Giants coach, Julie Fitzgerald. And Julie, I imagine there was some choice words said at halftime. How was the messaging, and what do you think we can expect in the second half?
Well, all you can do in a half-time like that is go back to the basics that we've talked about all week and hope that we can produce some of those.
Jules, Matisse Leatherbarrow coming on and sparking some sort of, you know, passion in that shooting end. Tell us a little bit about the reasoning why we haven't seen her before today.
Well, I think before people make judgment on that, they have to be at training and see how things are going. And I think Matisse is really ready to step up now after a few weeks where perhaps she wasn't.
Well, great insight there, Jules. We definitely don't get to see that at training, but game-to-goal rate's currently sitting at 40%. Have you discussed that in that halftime break, and how do you change things?
Oh, of course, like we're winning a good bit of ball back, but we're not converting it, and that's certainly what's showing on the scoreboard. So hopefully in this second half we'll rectify some of that.
Julie, thank you so much for your time. We'll let you get back to it and hope that the Giants can stay in as another call goes your way. Well, 32-16. Hey, they're winning the quarter. Kim Green 2-1. So, first step done. Let's go on with it in terms of the Giants fans, and we all want to see a strong game. As we have seen across the course of this weekend, a couple of absolute belters, and the Mavericks pushing the fever as well, and it's more even than sometimes the ladder suggests, because the points have to go somewhere. Harton to Dwyer. Dwyer looks, goes long, rolls the dice and loses again as Mannix just keeps hoovering ball.
Yeah, the Giants are stagnant once again on that phase. Sophie Dwyer actually made a really good lead up court, but then it was just Jamie Lee Price and Jo Harden just standing wide.
Looked twice too before throwing that pass and thought, yep, I can do that.
Yeah, and
it's just a contest.
It is, and when you're playing with time as well, you're almost on that 3 seconds. You almost need to just go back to the line a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Important to note here, we've seen the injection of Hannah Mundy at halftime, coming on into wing attack. So this is her first minutes of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how she transitions into this game.
And Weston has stayed on, so getting good game time in her comeback. Obviously, she played limited minutes last week, and she was very happy, like she always is, at the halftime break in the interview with Dylan, and things seem to be going well for her. So a very strong lineup put out by the Vixens as they try to maintain. As high again goes Price, and this time Leatherbarrow takes the back space, and the pass is well weighted.
And Leatherbarrow sitting high as well to just give enough space to put that ball in.
Weston, Eddie, and just these short passes, short and flat, and playing the percentages, finding their way quite easily to circle edge. And there you go, tons of space.
Mundy's take. Come on, turn around. Get over the post. Can't see you.
Just like it was in the opening quarter, the Giants grafting for their goals. The Vixens doing exactly what they need to do and not taking risks. Weston, Eddie, transverse line, lets it go early, and Mundy is putting herself in the game.
And Mundy brings something a little bit different to Walters. She has this more power injection onto the ball, and she also is a little bit stronger in the way that she hits. So it will be a little bit different for, you know, the defence end, trying to figure out the timing of Mundy. And it's going to take a little bit, but they've got to get onto it pretty quickly.
Well, Winders has been around the trap. She's only 28, but she's had 10 seasons over in New Zealand, most of them with Waikato, before she arrived here, as Austin shoots from mid-range and makes no mistake. That is 14 of 21 for Kira Austin, but she has shot from range. Garvin, 22 of 28. All of the Giant shooters are shooting relatively well, but they're just not shooting enough. Leatherbarrow looking backwards first, and eventually the mistake comes. Austin into the path of Kate Eddy, and down the Vixens go again.
And the body language from the Giants just after that. Dwyer head down, Harden head down, Leatherbarrow head down. Just got to get up and get amongst it.
Yeah, we're not seeing the same Joe Harton we're used to seeing at the moment. She hasn't been getting the opportunities, though, as Austin shoots from the same spot, same result. Harvey Norman replay. And Joe Weston like that. Too many Joes. Too many Joes. Joe count two, too high for me.
Simple things for Will, please.
One of them's going to have to change. Now with the only Sam on court. Price and Harton, that's a nice ball.
Great ball, and it's that vision just to continue to look down court. More of that. And those are the little ones that can just chip away and build the confidence back. Here's this replay, straight down to post, eyes on the ball, and Matisse also willing and ready to take the hits if need be.
Goalkeeper, beside the goalkeeper.
I think it's really critical for the Giants at the moment as well to keep the energy up. I know it's hard when things are not going your way, but they need to stay connected out there, keep communicating, and look for those opportunities where they can celebrate the small wins when they're happening. They need to keep chipping away play by play.
Yeah, there's plenty to play for in season 2024 for the Giants, and it is a long season, and playing against opposition of this calibre, it's rare to get the opportunity, so...
But it's also the opportunity to keep your spot on the court. No one is safe.
Yep.
Everyone has to start fighting for their position. And you've seen Matisse come on and do a great job. Sophie Dwyer, another option at wing attack. We didn't think we would see that. That wasn't on our bingo card for this season. Like Shimona Jock in goalkeeper yesterday. So everyone has to keep putting their hand up. Keep giving themselves every opportunity.
Well, when Julie Fitzgerald clears the benches, you know that she is willing to test everyone, and you're exactly right, as Mannix again just gets a gift ball and picks up yet another. I think her 6th intercept now. Harvey Norman replay. Too good for Harton. And again, from the same spot, this time dishes off. Ward nearly got it.
Let's just talk in Mannix for a moment. 9 games. 9 games, 5 intercepts, 6 deflections.
I think player of the round at this point.
Player of the year at this point.
As Sophie Garvin looks to bring up goal number 43 for the Vixens and does so halfway through the quarter, and we are going to see the super shots rain down from those in orange in about 2 minutes' time. But in the meantime, it's Price, circle edge to Harton, who looks and waits, and there's no room at all for Leatherbarrow.
And in the back of play here, we've seen Lily Graham come on the court for her Suncorp Super Netball debut. So she is a very athletic, really fantastic shooter, so expect to see her go to post from range.
We saw her at Team Girls Cup. She brings such versatility to this shooting end. Has got a little bit of speed on her, but the placement of the pass. She's a young gun coming through, and as we said earlier in the piece, Vixens just keep turning them out.
Yeah, you've got to be the product of a good system and be able to slot in, and that's exactly what's happening. 12 now, 13-7 for the quarter. Harton looks long, and that's the Joe Harton we know. Perfect pinpoint pass, and the thumbs up from Matisse Leatherbarrow as they move to 22. 6 minutes on the clock in the third, and the call applauded by the crowd, and now time for the Giants to
have multiple options, keep it short.
Keep it short or loop it in. I don't think they're listening to you.
No, they're not.
No.
That's okay.
Still, the result comes, and the Giants staying in this contest as much as they possibly can. Harton, lovely ball. This time from range, and that's short out of the hands.
And disappointing, because that would have been a really good one to solidify, try and get themselves some sort of momentum back in.
Well, that's what you said, you know, goals from games, what was it, 40%?
40%.
System's not working at the moment. Graham, the throw in as we hit the power 5 again.
And smart release of the pass from Maloney.
The Giants have called the tactical timeout thanks to HCF, and this will be a really interesting one with the gap currently at 22 and plenty still to play for. It's about as much I guess you're going to get out of Julie Fitz. Let's listen.
Second phase to keep them up, all right? So we don't stand in front and let them drop off us. Work to move that off there. And we be mobile in that circle. If you are standing still, the ball is going to go straight over you to the post. Be mobile in there to confuse some of the space, all right?
Let's go. Let's keep the energy lifting. We've still got another 20 minutes. Can we have a bit more work from you guys on the centre pass attack? When we sight the person in the middle, let's let it go nice and high. And remember, we're going to look long, but we still need the drives court balance-wise. Yeah?
You put some beautiful balls in there. Well done.
We also need you guys on the edge in case they bust out on the rebound for the two.
That's the little things. On our own through that middle, win ball in that middle, all right?
Here we go. Up a gear for a fight here. 5 minutes, and then we get our break. Here we go. Big fight now. Giants, 1, 2, 3. Giants! Take some pressure, ladies.
Crucial moments for the Giants, but that woman there, Mannix, who is just sitting at a nearly double anyone else in terms of distant net points, as Kim ran through before. 6 deflections, 5 intercepts, 116 distant net points, and a handful of penalties. In fact, the penalties have just been so low, 23 to 59 for the Giants. But any little opportunity they have to take now, the Giants, they're playing as much for season 2024 as they are for this one. And they're a classy outfit, and they won't stay down for long. Dwyer into the second row.
Well, Julie Fitzgerald asked for her attack line to be mobile in that circle, and you saw both Matisse Leatherbarrow and Joe Harden out of the circle trying to move around. You could see the intent. They're definitely listening. It's just now the execution. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Matisse going one way, the ball going the other.
Mannix. Graham Ward picks it up. Wasn't quite on point, coming in too hot. Graham couldn't hold on to it. Harton waits, and then again, Mannix is given another one. She is wearing Matisse Leatherbarrow like a coat.
And Price was right in front of her too for Harden. So it's the step on, stay on 2 feet. Look at that, intercepts 9.
Intercepts 9, intercepts Mannix 6. McDonald starts things off again, and Winder's too long, and it just isn't going the Giants' way. 3 minutes 20. We're in super shot range, and Graham gets a chance at one, and it's unsuccessful. She'll get another though, maybe? No. Instead, draws both Giants defenders forward, and Garvin, as she does, on the baseline, picks up goal number 30 from 37.
And that's the luxury Vixens have now. They don't need to go for any super shots. They just have to stick at the ones, stay within their own little centre pass, score off it, nail it.
Martin from the top, too short. Good effort from both Leatherbarrow and then Price, but the call. Well, it was initially met with disdain, and then it was reversed, and then we go on. This time, too long again, and Leatherbarrow fights with Mannix for the rebound. And they retain possession, so no fight going out of the Giants. Still just grafting and grinding away, looking for something just like that. (15-11) in this quarter. They've outscored themselves easily in this quarter, the Giants. 6 in the first, 8 in the second, 11 in the third. And Ward, nearly, she has been working hard and deserves a couple as this game wears on. Mundy, Maloney, Harvey Norman replay, just too off balance and out of court.
Yeah, and just not placed in the right position. And that's just, I guess, the young head coming into it, especially under pressure.
Nice space, turns, and under pressure from Western. Leatherbarrow gets another super shot, and they claw their way 1 inch further back. There was much as 23, now it's 20. Maloney's been, I mean, she's had 2 massive games, but she's been a little less active in this one. She's had plenty of other players stand up as Mundy and Winders crash together, and Winders plays on quickly.
I'd like to think Maloney's just going about her business, doing her job. There, you could see she just had a hand in that one. But she has changed the way she's played this year, in my opinion. I think she's a lot quieter in the way that she leads on court.
Harden, well, read it perfectly. I keep interrupting you.
No, that's so
good,
fine. You need to on those ones.
Good things happen when you're waffling, mate. Good things happen.
Well, let me waffle again
please
about
do.
Maloney.
I mean, I say waffle, but it's all gold.
But keep an eye on her because she's a lot quieter. Normally you can hear Maloney on the sideline barking, yelling at the troops, telling them what to do. She's quiet. She's just going about her business confidently. There's a little bit of spice coming into it now, but just doing her job and allowing other people to also bring their flair to the game.
Just keep an eye on this matchup between Joe Harden and Joe Weston. There is a lot going on. A little bit of push and shove, which is great. Joe Weston's hands over the ball at the moment is putting a lot of pressure on every pass that's going forward. So just keep an eye on that battle.
Can she go 3 for 3? Looks good, is good. And now we get the fist pump. And now the Giants are feeling a little up and about. And suddenly they've scored 15 in a quarter, which is about double what they'd done in the previous 2. And it is 48-29, and there's a little bit of life left in this one yet. 15 more minutes, and the Giants will be throwing everything and the kitchen sink at this one to try and finish in a big way as Kate Maloney, the captain and the talisman of the Vixens, starts things off to Mundy, and immediately down court, 2 high balls and 2 good results through Austin to Garvin, and another goal and another tick.
And a sublime centre pass. You could just see Austin, the prep work on that second phase. She knew she wasn't getting first, got back, got deep on second phase, and then the one-on-one in the circle.
A bit of contact from Kate Eddy, and Dwyer carries on. Harton just hasn't had the impact that they need, the captain of the Giants. We just look back at the stats, and she's shot 8 times across the course of 3 quarters. which is a quiet day out. Her other stats are there and thereabouts, but they just haven't had the attacking ball.
Yeah, and you can see what they're trying to do is that have Harden out on a centre pass, try and give that height, and then try and get everyone else down a little bit, but certainly need ball in hand for her to shoot. That's for sure.
Loose ball from the Vixens. McDonald to kick things off again as Ward looks down court and just looking 2, 3, 4 options, trying to find someone.
And I know we've spoken about it. It's repeat efforts, not just sitting on the body. It's going once, going again. Don't just sit in this pocket space on your left-hand side for Jamie Lee Price.
Crowded old circle with Mannix and Weston making life difficult, and you need a perfectly weighted pass like that to find a way in.
And they can certainly do that. But gosh, it puts you under pressure.
But they've got to do it again and again and
correct.
again. And if you're down early, then those balls, those 50-50 balls start not going your way. Still, a goal and a centre pass. And it's Leather Barrow circle edge. Front space then for Leather Barrow, but plenty of attention, and Weston gets pulled.
Contact goalkeeper. Beside the goalkeeper, goal attack.
Every goal is a battle for the Giants, and it's a battle that they need to continue to walk into if they're going to find any more free scoring opportunities. When you look at those last 10 goals, well, it's 6-4 in favour of the Giants, so they are doing it, but they're having to work really, really hard.
And when you play in games like this, oh no, Jodie Ann Ward has gone down.
Okay, it looks like she's grabbing her ankle, Ward. And you can hear a pin drop in here. As Amy Sliger gets the bib on, Erin O'Brien too. And that is not good news for the new recruit from the Giants. It has been a tough day at the office for the Orange Army. A Harvey Norman replay.
Yeah.
And the roll of the left ankle as she stood on the back of, I think, maybe Sophie Garvin's heel. Hopefully that's just a roll and it's nothing too serious. Grimacing on the way off there. Anyway, we continue, and the gap is down to 18. It was as much as 23. And Leather Barrow, let's go.
Some good give of ball there. Just straight in the guts. Back her in.
Straight in the guts, back her in.
Straight in the guts. the players must be feeling exhausted right now. Firstly, for the Vixens, because they've had to do so much attacking work. The ball has been down there so much. They will be exhausted in the repeat efforts that they've had to do. But for Giants, it is about trying to find some sort of positives to finish this game on, because going into next week, you need to have something that you're going to. Otherwise, you're sitting in a video analyst session. Very, very sad.
And I think you make a good point there. It's that emotional side as well. You know, obviously you've just come out of pre-season a couple of weeks ago, and this is not how you anticipated your season to start. So they will be feeling it. They'll be feeling a little bit down, but really important that they pick themselves up here to really finish off this game strong.
In line with me, goalkeeper. Yeah. You'll decrease in your feet. Goal should be able to.
Yeah, not the position that the Giants thought that they would be in, but they're a team of character, and they're going to need to show some character over the coming weeks. It's going to be an interesting passage of play up to the halfway point of the Suncorp Super Netball season, and you can see there it's going to be a tough road trip to Adelaide first up, and then they welcome the Sunny Coast Lightning over the next 2 weeks. But Thunderbirds, buoyed by their performances so far. There's no easy week.
There is no easy week for any team in the competition, but if you're a little bit behind, you know, you kind of have to look at that and go, we're going to be a team that's going to change the narrative here and also challenge some of these top teams. I know it's only round 3. They've got plenty of time to be able to turn it around, but there's a lot that needs to be turned around at the moment, and that's connection first and foremost.
We continue on, 10 minutes to go in this one, and they've been level pegging really, for the second half. 17-15 to the Vixens in the third quarter, and they are now 5-4. So the damage done in the first half is the Vixens run, and it'll be a really interesting one. Little cross-town clash between the Mavericks and the Vixens, and then, the Firebirds. And then the Swifties, who, well, the Firebirds and the Swifties, there's nothing between them after what we saw last, 2 hours ago. But the Vixens would feel good about that, Firebirds and Swifts. Mid-table, at the moment, and they've certainly had a good run, and they've also had 2 players play big minutes who they're bringing back from injury. Blooded a fresh one in Lily Graham, and then Zara Walters had another strong game, and she just doesn't look fazed by anything coming up against Shimona Sterling-Humphrey last week.
The only player for Vixens not to have come on the court, Rudy Ellis, but she's sitting in the wings, ready to have her go. I think they're giving Mannix every opportunity to make sure she played out this game.
Well, she's taken all those opportunities too.
I think we might see Mannix back on at goal defence. There's a little word from Joe Weston to Simone McInnison, so expect to see that change pretty quick.
So at least 12 more games. More space to go and have a crack.
All right. Garvin, top of circle. Mundy lets it go quickly, and Austin, the beneficiary. You all right, Dylan? Maybe they listen to you.
My lip reading skills are getting a lot better, so we're working that out.
Contact goalkeeper.
And
went to the body on that one.
Ed Mannix, well, she's got one hand, 1 foot, and the other hand all on the player of the match, I'd say. 20 goals it remains, and the Giants will be happy if they're going to take a positive out of it, is that they have matched the Vixens in the second half. They've matched them 7-7 in this quarter, and they've made sure the Vixens have kept their top lineup out on court. It's just that, just like last week, a slow start was a bad first quarter last week. It's just a bad first half this week, and they've got something to be happy with, I suppose.
Well, and also the fact that Julie Fitzgerald's been able to see a few different players in different positions now. The fact that you've seen Dwyer out at wing attack, I think she certainly has been the best wing attack that they've had on. Just sloppy again. And Harden won't be happy with herself on that one. She knows it.
Mannix in goal defence to Austin. Circle edge. Garvin looking at options, and, well, McDonald's doing her best to shut down Austin, but it's not easy. And on the rotation, Garvin finds her 38th from 45, so she's creeping up on her highest haul for the season thus far. Mundy. Mannix, third option, goes back to Mundy, and they are, that's a lovely little interplay to Mundy in the pocket.
And it's just the little pass off out of the hand. Austin knew exactly where she was going to place it before she even caught the ball. Playing with that amount of time brings so much creativity and so much fun when you're playing out there, to be able to just do those sort of things.
It's a pity that no one else can see Kim's hand movements when she says those things, when she makes a point. It's quite expansive. Really brings something to the conversation.
As a mid-quarter, that's what you want.
That's right, hands up always, hands up always. Leather Barrow has been very solid in her debut. They pick up the 8th goal of the quarter. 58-37 at the moment, 5:50 to go, and a strong finish required from the Giants. Garvin, and then Sligo, who comes back on at that last break where we lost Ward, gets a hand on one. McDonald hits the ground as she does. Sligo joins up.
Well, and it's the grit from Matilda McDonald to go and have a crack at that ball, get her hands on it. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. The tip from Sligo.
And then
gosh, it's good footwork. But then look at that. Tilly McDonald just putting her body on the line, going, you know what, I need to bring something here.
Well, I think she's only got one gear to the McDonald, regardless of what the situation is game-wise. She's got a lot of energy to get out. She's got to wait another 6 days before she gets another go.
Well, and these sort of games are the ones that you just want to go back out straight away and play it all again.
Yep.
So it's going to be a long 6 days.
So barely anything between these teams in the second half as the Power 5 begins, and they want to finish with winning a quarter. That is the goal here for the Giants. And that means shots from range for Leatherbarrow. High arc again, doesn't quite land it, but chases it in, and that's good intent from Matisse Leatherbarrow. This time, Harton takes a rare shot and nails it too, turns around, takes a deep breath. The Suncorp super shot is in, and the Giants are ahead in the quarter, 11-10. So that must be the aim now over the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Austin High.
And Joe Harden is just currently sitting on 6 from 10 shots for the whole entire game, and that would be one of her lowest returns potentially ever. I would have to fact check that, but she's going to be quite disappointed, I think, in that she hasn't gone to post to release some of this pressure from her other shooters.
That is a beautiful shot though from Leatherbarrow, and you're right, Dylan, that's not the impact that Joe Harton needs to have if the Giants are going to figure at the pointy end of the Suncorp Super Netball ladder as O'Brien flies out, can't quite get a hand on it.
She is a competitor though, so don't expect to see the same Harden next week. She'll be pretty tough on herself and want more from herself coming into the next round, but there's going to be a lot of players that need to continue to stand up in that space.
And obviously, Kim, Sophie Dwyer in wing attack is a short-term solution.
Yeah.
What do they need to do down there as a wing attack, one of the best to grace the court?
I think it's about creating different structures in the attack end. You can't just run long lines. And it is about just making sure that they have some sort of short play, a lot of prelim work. And sometimes you forget. Like, as a midi, you forget to do those things and you do get into that.
Mannix down through no fault of Jamie Lee Price, just a collision.
Yeah, as I was saying here, have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Yeah, just trying to get in the way of the ball. Goes and picks her up though. So yeah, there's a bit of work to be done in that mid-court, but it's repeat efforts. It's short, sharp. It's creating different structures. It might be closed circles for shooters so the middies can sort it out, get them on circle edge. There's a lot that can be done. It's just about all being on the same page at the same time.
It's great to have both of your analysis on this one, and it's just a treat for netball fans. There's so much going on beneath the surface. When you forget about the scoreline, there's still so many individual battles and so much tactics to play out, and we're going to hear more of that as Eloise Sawyer hosts Pivot in about, 3 minutes' time. High and long it goes to Leatherbarrow, who was under pressure from Ellis and was off balance. It's 13 goals apiece in the final quarter as Sligo looks for one. And she takes on Hannah Mundy.
Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay, just not the placement that was needed. A little bit more height on that one and to the post.
Too close underneath. As the play it goes, and hands on head from Sophie Garvin. A rare blight in Garvin's game, 39 from 48.
We have barely seen that from the Vixens today, where one ball just goes over the sideline, not knowing who was going to.
I think it's probably happened 2 or 3 times maximum, which is why it's such a shock as Harton decides to go back in. She was in super shot range. She hasn't got the confidence to turn and go for it. She missed the last one short. Leatherbarrow, though, will, and it'll be high and it'll be long. 1:15 to go. 13 goals apiece in the final quarter as the Giants look for some momentum heading into round 4 up against the Thunderbirds away.
A good attempt from Tilly McDonald there. A little fake from Mundy. She would have just shifted her slightly.
Good effort from McDonald. And down the court come the Giants, looking to finish well. As Harton turns for another super shot from similar spot and drops it in, 15-13 in the quarter. And the Giants will be happy with this particular passage of play in this game. Mannix, Mundy, waits, and they're still up and about in defence, the Giants. Sligo especially having a spell on the bench. There you go, yeah. First time they've led a quarter, except for when they were 2-1 in the third. Highlight moment. Leather Barrel again, another one, another confidence booster. So close, chases it in again.
Only person that went for the rebound.
And that's a positive for the Giants as well, is her efforts. And she'll get a chance after the buzzer to make it 63-46. And she'll have another go.
And she's laughing at it too.
Oh, and the groan from the crowd. 63-44, 15 apiece in the final quarter. The Giants really in it for the second half of this one. Only 2 goals down on the returns from the Vixens, who were just clinical